Hey guys, so welcome to another episode of AJ's TV. It's been a while since I posted something. I'm really excited about the progress that we're making. We've actually gotten more than 100 views on the last video, and that was unprecedented. I didn't expect that, but I'm glad we're making progress, and I'm glad that people are fucking with the shit I put out. You know, so yeah, today we're talking about pain. Yeah, I was talking about pain, the big key. And for me, it's a very interesting topic because it's one that is crucial. So to me, when I talk about pain, I'm not just talking about physical surge reaction to an external occurrence or whatever. I'm talking about pain. I'm talking about that gnawing feeling in your heart that's persistent and intense. That you wish you were not feeling. That you wish. You know, what I'm trying to say that it just seems to be eating you up. It's eating at your brain, eating at your heart, eating at your perception. So I've been doing a lot of introspection, right? Of course, using myself as a lab rat. I mean, who else can I possibly use? Then I realized that pain can become very addictive. When you feel so much pain, that starts to become the only emotion that you're used to. A part of you starts to enjoy the pain. Part of you starts to crave the pain. And at some point, the reason you start craving that pain, right, is because that's the only thing that kind of makes you feel alive. You know. And to me, there's a difference between the pain of choice, the pain of ignorance, and the pain of victimhood. Alright. So yeah, the pain of choice, right, is where you made a bad decision. The repercussions of that action is what is affecting you right now. It's bringing you pain. It's causing you emotional discomfort. There's that. You were well aware of the consequences of the action, yet you went ahead and took that risk. And instead of the positive effect, what you got in return was pain. There's that. Right. There's also the pain of ignorance. And this is a very slippery slope about this pain of ignorance, right? Because the way I see it, right, it's like um. So let me just backtrack. Let me just give some context to why I'm going to dwell a bit on this aspect of the pain of ignorance. Um, there was a time I wrote an article, right, on my hash note. I wrote an article about the greedy algorithm because I'm a software developer, right? And there's this algorithm where you're trying to get to a certain point, and you have to traverse. Like by traverse, you have to get through certain points to get to that point. But then the thing is, to get to that point, you are going through certain points, and those points that you take, you're not seeing the effect it would have on the points that you're meant to get to initially. So if you take the certain path, it will cost you more memory space to get to another path, but you wouldn't know that that's what it's going to cost you until you take it. You get. So the point here is a lot of our decisions as human beings are limited to our knowledge and experience. I think that is where the bane of human existence really is, the limited scope of our knowledge, the fact that we cannot see tomorrow. As trivial or as cliche as that sounds, it's a very integral part of why we as humans are the way we are. Because if there was a way you could see tomorrow, even the next hour, trust me, you would make better decisions, which would ultimately bring you less pain. So the pain of ignorance to some extent is unavoidable. It's unavoidable. That's why people fall in love, and at the point where they fell in love, they were sure, they were certain of this other person's intentions and actions, and along the line it just dies out, or it just gets faded. You feel me? And there was no way that you could tell. I mean, you can try to read all the signs and predict, or you can, but at the same time there's still that constant ignorance that none of us are escaping, and that's ignorance of the future. So yeah, that is the pain of ignorance, right? That's not going anywhere. It's not how you want to escape that pain. It's going to come from the fact that human nature is unable to see into the future. You're unable to predict anything. You can try, but for the most part, you can't predict everything. Trust me. So then there's also the pain of victimhood. I mean, this is pretty much it's like your general wars, tragic events that brings people pain that is not their fault really. They were just victims of certain circumstances. These are the different types of pain, at least according to my classification. And so the question that I asked is pain necessary? Why do we have to feel pain? Why do we have to feel pain? Like whoever designed this system called existence deemed it necessary to give us pain as some sort of spice, as some sort of, will I say, ginger to whatever this system is. And if you look at a lot of decisions, right, pain is a very good motivator. By the way, this video is not for motivational purposes. If anything, I don't even have motivation to give anyone. I'm just doing stuff because I feel like doing stuff. Ain't no motivation around here. However, I will describe to you the effects of pain and how people have been motivated by it. People have been able to convert their pain into fuel, and I think that's what keeps a lot of us going subconsciously. You might not want to admit it, or some of us do admit it, that okay, this pain I feel, irrespective of the origin, whether it's victimhood, whether it's ignorance, whether it's by choice, I will convert this pain to something that benefits me. And I feel like that takes a lot of intentionality. Like, you have to be intentional about wanting to do that, because the thing about pain is that until you're dead, ain't nobody living no life of pure bliss. You're not gonna have that in this life. It's impossible. That euphoria of peace, whether you want it or not, there is going to be pain, there is going to be tragedy. It's part of the human experience. And deep down, at least I'll speak for myself, deep down, I want this euphoria where there's no pain, everything is just, like a cartoon, everything is just blissful, and you get me, like, everything is just pretty, but unfortunately, it ain't happening. That is not happening, and you have to come to terms with that, and you have to accept that for what it is. And the sooner you accept that, I feel like the more managed your expectations would be when it comes to life, because you'll be able to realize that there's some pain that you can escape, there's some that you can't escape, and you'll be able to feel like less of a main character when it's only pain that's coming. Because there's times when it's like, rah, what the fuck is going on? Why am I the only one having to go through shit? Like, what the fuck, man? Is this the Truman Show? Like, why am I being put through all of this by whatever power? Like, bruh, don't I deserve a fucking break? Just that. However, life is going to keep lifing. You know, and there's nothing you can do to stop that. There's nothing you can personally do to stop life from lifing. Like, there's a gazillion ways things can go wrong, and it has nothing to do with you. You know. So yeah, like I said, I'm not trying to motivate anybody. if you clicked on this video and you were, you know, thinking that I would motivate you and be like, oh yeah, you know, the pain is temporary, the pain is permanent. There's nothing temporary about pain. Trust me, very permanent. Get used to it and keep it pushing. It's not going away. Do you understand me? Pain is not going anywhere. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Trust me. It just keep, bro. Trust me, it's not going anywhere. The older you get, the more pain you accumulate, the more regrets you have, and that's just the way life is. You know. And so there's also, you know, the concept of escapism. You know, like you, in order to avoid pain, you pick certain activities, I guess, sex, drugs, movies. You know, they vary in different intensities. It depends on pain you're feeling. For some people, if someone breaks your heart, you know, maybe a cup of ice cream can solve that. You know, for some, you might lose someone you're close to, and there's no ice cream solving that. You might have to do some drugs. You just might have to do some drugs, man. That's just the way you'll be able to cope with that. And you know, these are the ways people escape. These are the ways people deal with life. You know, and for someone like me, I got to understand the idea of pain really early in my life. And how did I understand that? I think it was mostly through observation, you know, because obviously growing up in Nigeria, you just see unnecessary pain everywhere. You feel me? And kind of realized that we don't really we don't really need this much pain, man. Like, I'm trying to say, like, why is this a necessary phenomenon? You know. So yeah, man. Pain isn't temporary. It's forever. Get used to it. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye.